Welcome to Paint the Chat Podcast. Presented by Blockade Media. Now, here are your hosts, the big swinger, Mr. Robin Boat, and fast on the bases, Mr. Sean Michaud.
He's a big spark plug.
Play ball.
Good evening, everybody. What is up? Welcome back to Painting the Chat Podcast. What is up, everybody? Episode 7 here, coming to you live on this fine Thursday evening, post trade deadline madness. Over there, of course, is my co-host and very good friend of many, many years, Mr. Sean Michaud. Sean,
you mean over here?
Over here, yeah. How's it going this evening, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you?
And how about you?
How about you, Radium?
Doing good. Very exciting. Got my garage beer. No promo. No promo.
Got my
ready to go. You know,
Duracell batteries, not promo. If you want to sponsor us.
You're not drinking that, are you? You're not cracking them.
Oh no, I'm drinking.
Much Duracell is what you're telling me.
No, I'm just drinking water tonight.
Well, see, now Sean practices good hydration methods.
I'm always hydrated,
So listen, I have stayed in many hotel rooms with Sean over the years, going to Comic-Cons, doing different events, whatever else. And the one thing I will say is that this man is basically a walking water bottle himself. He is downing countless amounts of water, and I'm jealous because I probably should be also hydrating, much like yourself.
No, but you're the times we've been together in hotels, it's always a coffee for you, or iced tea.
Oh yeah, it's iced tea or coffee. Yep. It's got to be caffeine. If it's water, it's got to have caffeine.
Well, not even hotels. If we go to a Comic-Con, like for the morning, we drop by either Dunkin' or Starbucks or whatever. Like I'm gonna go Dunkin' iced coffee or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Give me water.
just give me the water. You know, I'm just gonna move on to whatever from that point. No, Sean's not a coffee drinker. Not a coffee.
Unfortunately, I'm not. I don't like it.
Unfortunately, I'm saying you have general interest in it.
I wish it did. It would make me up more, but
would it make a difference at work?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the key thing then at the end of the day. Well, rather than talking about our water habits and our coffee addictions, let's get into another addiction that we had over these last few days, which was
my God.
Number one. Let me just say, I'm getting so excited. Things are coming out of my mouth.
I mean, just after it's been 5 days since we hung out at your place on Friday night, because we did the podcast on Friday night.
That's right.
And plus we did the Grammys. We'll do after Grammy reaction later.
Yeah, that's coming down the road here.
Yeah. But we were talking about all these WNBA trades, and that was like more than half the podcast. And then
craziness.
Literally it was Saturday night when I came back, I'm like, I haven't gone to bed yet. And we're just going right in. Literally, I had the tweet saved because I have it.
The tweet saved. Really?
I saved the photo. I didn't, not anymore. I have it.
Yeah, while Sean's looking for that, big shout out to Shams Charania from ESPN. That dude has not been sleeping since that day, since that evening when we stayed up. Shams has been at it hard. So big shout out to Shams Charania.
What time? I'm trying to figure out what time I actually texted you.
What time did you?
Here it is. It was. I texted you because I was looking. I didn't find out until later. It was 12. It was 12:33 a.m. in the.
You had no idea you were texting me. You just saw it and just sent it over, right?
No, I texted you.
I know you did, but you were half asleep though, right?
I was on TikTok, so.
Whoa, okay. Whoa, you just name dropped TikTok here. I thought that shit was banned.
It's not banned.
Okay, all right. Just political clarification there. Okay, good. All right, we're still.
But here's the actual tweet. Everyone should know this because I texted you the tweet Because Shams tweeted at 12:13 a.m. or 12 a.m. and it was breaking news. Everyone thought it was a big conspiracy that Luka Doncic going to play with LeBron in LA with the Lakers. So the trade was Luka, Max Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first round pick. But and also the it included Utah, which I don't think I don't remember what that was. What
Jalen Hood-Schifino.
You probably have this stuff. You wrote it stuff down. I don't know.
Yeah, I got it right here. So yeah, Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris went to Los Angeles from Dallas, which then Dallas got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, which by the way, Max has been balling out for Los Angeles recently. So they picked up a really good baller there, really good midline forward that can kind of hold the line. And they also got the 2029 first round pick from the Lakers as well. So they got some picks and some stuff back. But Utah, I think, is the one that might have.
I'm sorry. Can I just typed it in because I was looking at the standings and stuff right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Celtics are losing the Mavericks.
Yes. Okay. So breaking news. I just want to let you know, Sean. I don't know if you saw it just come through. We're breaking news. I don't even have a thing ready to go. Breaking news live right now. The Boston Celtics have signed Torrey Craig off of free agency.
Oh, did he?
Power forward to be added to the lineup. Yeah. Torrey Craig has a great history.
How recent? Like a couple of minutes ago?
Just a minute ago. Shams Charania.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. That'd be a good bench player.
Great bench guy to come off. So breaking news there. Torrey Craig has signed with the Boston Celtics. As the Celtics, you said, are losing to the Mavericks right now.
Yes, they're currently. I mean, it's the second end of this, almost to the third quarter, almost to halftime. So 2 minutes left. So I mean, they're down. They're down by like 18 points.
Really? So and Anthony Davis playing tonight either.
Celtics 46 and Mavs are 63 right now. So.
Right, but Anthony Davis, the whole thing this afternoon was Anthony Davis going to suit up for Dallas, and that just hasn't played out.
Well, Luka hasn't suited up yet. He's been on the bench.
I know, and that's what's been going on a lot. But yeah, I mean, Sean, your thoughts? Torrey Craig being added to the Celtics bench, he's somebody who has a lot of experience, a lot of good relationships with some of the guys on the Celtics as well. Feel like he's a good piece for you guys.
I think so. I like what Celtics are doing right now. I love these little small pieces they get. I mean, like you say, he playing great for a bench player for the Bulls.
Yeah. It just seems like it was a smart move for the Celtics while they had the chance. Yes, but the Luka Doncic trade, let's go back to that because we're going to go down the list, folks, of all these.
The whole, like, when that news dropped, because I was like, holy shit, too. I texted you that, holy shit.
Yeah,
I did not believe it until everyone did not believe it. People thought a Shams was hacked or it was
legitimately like superstars thought he was hacked. Yeah.
Yeah. Like all players around the league were surprised about this trade. Like it was the most random trade on a Saturday. And I was telling you like how the WNBA was doing all these crazy trades. Especially with the LA Sparks, like, the Lakers, like, no, we're not the only Los Angeles teams making trades. Here's this trade.
Oh, okay. Jermichael says we should start a talk show. Hey, listen, if we want to challenge First Take with Stephen A. Smith, I think we should give it a shot. But that's down the road.
I mean, but we can't compete. We can't compete with Shaq and all those guys on TNT tonight.
That's just it. No, go on with what you're saying, Sean, because I think it's important about that reaction and how everybody saw that come through.
Because everyone, like, I don't know, I'm still baffled like almost a week later about this trade. Like I don't know why the Mavericks would do that. Like, is this the way they want to rebuild? They lost. I mean, they went all the way to the finals with Luka, and that's a great accomplishment. Of course, they didn't get a rank or a championship or anything, but I don't know. It's like it's to trade your best player on the Mavericks like that. He's been, and I know all the Mavericks fans are like still losing it. I feel bad for them, honestly. Yeah. I mean, they get AD. I mean, he's great. He's not better than Luka right now. So I don't know. It's like it's
a tough.
I think that the whole thing they was trying to rebuild. That's what I think they were trying to do. Is like, this isn't working. Luka's not working. Let's move him out.
Well, it sounds like Jason Kidd didn't know this was happening, by the way. So let's give it up to Jason Kidd here for a second, because not only did he deal with this, over the years as a player. I mean, you look at Richard Jefferson when he left the Nets and everything. I mean, as a player, he was like, what the hell is this management doing? Now, as a coach, he's got to deal with this, where Luka Doncic is suddenly traded off of his team. And Jason Kidd's like, you didn't want to freaking tell me that I'm losing Luka? And then, listen, so this is what I've been hearing, Sean. Let me know your thoughts on this. Everybody has been saying that this trade, LeBron James had no idea that Luka was coming to the team, right?
And no one did.
Nobody did. But at the end of the day, the players had really no idea that this was happening. And we saw this again later on down the road. We'll talk about Jimmy Butler and everything that happened there. I mean, those players found out about it because a fan behind them.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Pointed out that Jimmy was gone. So there's an interesting dynamic happening here between ownership of teams, their general managers, and the players, where they're saying, you do not dictate what we're doing going forward. Is that going to create a lot of hectic attitudes postseason when it comes to the players union and the general managers and the ownership of teams? Absolutely. But I think in this case, when it comes to Luka Doncic going to the Lakers, number one, supposedly it wasn't working out in Dallas. Luka Doncic was getting all fat and happy and gaining weight and whatever else.
I mean,
come on, I'm fat and happy. Like, Luka is not. Like, come on. Let's make that clear. Sean, thank you for not commenting on that. I really appreciate that. However, with him going to the Lakers, it seems like with how quiet LeBron has been about this whole thing in press conferences leading up, he's welcoming Luka onto the team. I think LeBron knows that the Lakers management and Jeannie Buss are looking at this trade and saying, we are moving forward with Luka because we know that you are 1 foot out the door if you don't win a championship, or we don't bring a championship to LA this season. We are ready to move on post LeBron James age. Now, the question is, Sean, is Luka the right guy for the Lakers to build around? Is he going to get his shit together in order to make that happen? I don't know.
I don't know
yet.
He
left Anthony Davis on the Lakers with Luka and LeBron leaves and Anthony Davis gets to play with Luka, I would absolutely agree. I'd be like, okay, now you can really build around that. But, like, can you really build around Anthony Reeves, Luka Doncic, and Bronny James? I don't know.
No, I don't know yet. It's too early to tell.
It really is. Okay.
I was gonna. Did Mark Cuban knew about this trade? I mean, beforehand, right? Or did he not?
Well, he's been hands off. He's been hands off with the Mavericks this entire time.
Yeah.
So he's letting other people run that franchise right now. He's kind of just behind the scenes, being like, okay, I got minority ownership or whatever else. Let me move forward with. Listen, I would not be surprised though if Mark Cuban, somebody let him know, hey, by the way, we're gonna get Anthony Davis and Luka's gone, just in the weeds, right?
Yeah. He probably didn't like. You know what? I just own this team.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Do whatever you feel is right. I got crazier things to do right now. I got busier things to do. Sean, I mean, I think I'm looking at this trade overall. We're gonna grade these trades, right? We're gonna give them an F through an A.
Okay, yeah. So we're ranking. Well, okay, school's back in session.
School is school's back for trade deadline. One episode. All right.
I don't want to go back to school.
No, neither one of us do. No, nobody. Which big shout out to everybody in the New England area who had school off today because of the snowstorm today. Big shout out to you. Hopefully you got out. You threw some snowballs. You pegged your whoa. Watch the words.
Watch your mouth.
Pegged him with a snowball, Sean. Pegged him with a snowball. Jeez.
We're not pegging here.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. Yeah. Listen. So Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris.
So let's rate this trade then.
And then the Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and then Jalen Hood-Schifino. So give a grade to the Los Angeles Lakers on this trade. What would you give them?
Is it for I'm
just for the Lakers?
So not okay for the Lakers.
We're doing it for each team.
Okay, for each team.
Yep.
Lakers probably a B-, I think.
Really? Okay.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it would probably go down if Luka doesn't perform well or this doesn't work out. I mean,
yeah.
But for the Mavericks, I'm gonna get a D-. It's not completely F, but
okay. Is it because of the rebuild mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they still do have Kyrie. They're beating your Celtics right now. Are you sure? You're sure?
You sure? Do you want me to check again?
No, I'm saying, are you sure about your grade?
Oh.
You don't like it. You don't like that trade.
No, I don't, honestly.
You're not a big fan.
Well, now we're down by 11, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll give the Lakers trade. I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B because I think that bringing Luka onto this team with LeBron is great. The one thing I will say though, of the other guys that they got, Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris is a beast in the paint, and he can throw that ball out to Maxi Kleber for threes. Mm-hmm. We've seen Maxi in the postseason for the Dallas Mavericks hit big threes when he needed to. So if anything that came out of that trade, the reason why it's getting a B is because there is uncertainty around Luka and his health and his well-being right now and how he'll play into the Lakers formula. But I'm giving it a B because of Maxi and Markieff. I think that combination with LeBron on the floor will prove to be well worth it into the postseason if they make it.
Yeah.
Key, if they make it in with those two passing the ball around, getting those threes going. So a B for the Lakers. Dallas with Anthony Davis. Listen, I think it's going to work with him and Kyrie. I'm going to give it a C because I do think that there's a little bit of a rebuild. I think they are looking for the postseason. They're looking to go back to the NBA championship again.
I think they need another piece too.
They didn't get that. That's the thing.
They get another piece, I would probably get it to like a C+, B- area. But that's why, because they're in rebuild mode. So I mean, I get why they did it, but at the same time, I don't like it.
Right. I think Max Christie in the first round draft pick will probably prove to be the best part. I think Max Christie on Dallas, with him coming off the bench, is probably going to be somebody they need in the postseason. He's another guy that can drill some threes as well when needed, but not at the same level as Maxi Kleber, the way that Maxi can just drop them out of nowhere. Also, just going to throw in there, just as a little shout out, Utah getting Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2025 second-round draft pick via the Clippers, a 2025 second-round pick via the Mavericks. I mean, sometimes those second-round draft picks are used to trade up for late first-round picks. And if you're talking about either the upcoming draft or drafts that follow, there's some decent prospects that are going to come into play in that late first round. I mean, obviously, Utah is in rebuild mode. I mean, we're seeing...
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, if you can grab picks and move them around, bring in Jalen Hood-Schifino, I know that
Utah is in that rebuild build where the Celtics were 3 or 4 years ago.
And I think Utah wants to build up from the inside like the Celtics did with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, which, by the way, we'll get into Marcus.
Yeah.
what happened there. But let's move on, because the other big trade that happened, and last night we saw him ball out for San Antonio, and I knew this was going to happen the minute they picked him up. The De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine trade between San Antonio, Sacramento, and of course Chicago got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Huerter. San Antonio scored big time getting De'Aaron Fox. Big time. I mean, he's big time basketball. No doubt. And of course, Zach LaVine reuniting with DeMar DeRozan in Sacramento.
I'm glad the Kings did that, though. Like I like that trade for both. Actually, I think that this trade worked out well for each team.
Yeah, because Sacramento supposedly is in rebuild mode, but they could sneak in.
I like Zach on the Kings. I mean, with it, he's a excellent guard. So
you put him with DeMar. Yeah, you put him at the shooting guard, DeMar at the small forward. I mean, you just add him to that lineup, and suddenly something's cooking in the kitchen. They also got a bunch of first-round draft picks as well, second-round picks. I mean, I think they came out on top on that one. Of course, the Bulls, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Huerter. I mean, Chicago, obviously, they re-signed LaMelo Ball or Lonzo Ball to a larger contract here. But they're clearly in rebuild mode as well. I mean, they're just trying to figure out where they're going. Do you think, Sean, that signing Lonzo Ball to another contract, can they really build a team around Lonzo Ball? It hasn't really proven itself.
Not really. I mean, like right now, playing the full Bulls, he's averaging 7 points per game. But and I mean, his rebounding is not that great, or it's just, I mean, it's like, I don't think you make him like the star around it, if you know what I mean. But
yeah, right. That's why I'm wondering if they're really looking towards the draft and seeing if they can get like a Dylan Harper or an Arias Bailey out of Rutgers, or somebody that can really like set the tone for how to move that franchise forward. Because I mean, yeah, Kevin Huerter can ball out. He can shoot threes, and Zach Collins is a decent center and can hold the floor for a little bit. And Trey Jones is young. Trey Jones may be able to build. You may be able to build.
Do you think it was good? Do you like him signing another 2 years for the Chicago Bulls?
I think that they were put in an interesting place.
I mean, for $20 million is not bad for 2 years.
No, because you don't know what your next move is. And the other thing is, too,
he's got to prove himself.
Well, and what have we learned this entire time? Just because you sign an extension and you go into the offseason doesn't mean you don't become unhappy with your franchise and say, I want out of here.
Yeah.
Right. So he could trade, he could waive that part of his contract and move on. He could say, you know what, I want out. And suddenly the Bulls can trade him for picks, or the Bulls can trade him for some other small pieces that they can build with. Yeah. I mean, let's get into the grading of it. I mean, Sean, what's your grade for San Antonio on this, getting De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin? I know where I stand on it.
I think a B+.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work out for San Antonio, and especially putting Fox on that team.
Yeah. You got Jeremy Sohan, you've got Devin Vassell, you've got Keon Johnson, you've got Victor Wembanyama. We're forgetting about
don't forget him.
The French freak there, he's doing amazing things with the Spurs so far. Listen, I'm going to give the San Antonio Spurs an A on this one. I think that this is probably the difference between them building around Victor Wembanyama, which I think was the original plan, but they came to realize after last season, after his first full season with the team as a rookie, they said, hold on a second here. I'm not so sure we can just build around Victor.
You can't
around a center, especially.
We're in the era that we can't go around and with one player. Well, it's now like the big three now. We can't have one player be the center of all the team.
Yeah. What would you give Sacramento, Sean? I mean, getting Zach LaVine. I mean, City Cisco will get down later on the road here because he got traded out, and I had some thoughts about that. But
I
you
see.
love Zach LaVine. You're a big Zach LaVine fan.
I do. I think I'm actually gonna have B plus as well because I was trying to think. I was gonna have them both actually at B, but then as I realized, I think it's gonna be great for both teams for the both rebuilding mode. I just think San Antonio got the better trade overall of the Kings. I used to be I didn't used to be a Kings fan, but I used to have a Kings jersey, Sacramento Kings jersey back in the day. So I cannot root for the Kings. I'm from California, but also could root for the Lakers too. But
yeah, I think for Chicago, I mean, I would. I'm not sure I would even give them a grade because we know where they're at right now. We know what they're trying to do.
You mean the Spurs?
No, because we did San Antonio, we did Sacramento. I give Sacramento the same. I say a B plus because it's going to end up working out for them later on down the road here and in the current if they want to make a playoff run in a final seed spot. And then what I'm saying is for Chicago, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Howder. I mean, those guys may not stay. They may end up using those guys as trade bait for the offseason to try to get more picks. So I'm not even going to grade it because that was really strategic and that was really thought out in terms of what can we get from this? What can we grab and become a part of this trade at the end of the day? So, and there's a lot of those. One of the other ones that was kind of quiet and behind the scenes and I think kind of informs the Dallas trade. Dallas acquiring Caleb Martin, very senior NBA player. Caleb has played for the Charlotte Hornets, has played for countless teams over the years. Really good bench utility guy. And Philadelphia gets Quentin Grimes and a second-round pick out of that. I mean, let's just get right into grading on that. I mean, for Dallas, it's a B because they added another person to the bench where they needed somebody.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say B as well.
Philadelphia, the 76ers are getting a D because they are just in full rebuild mode. Joel Embiid is an absolute jerk, and they're just trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm just going to say D minus. I
gotta watch myself because I'm going to Philly tomorrow. Hopefully they don't come after me for that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
76ers are in rebuild mode very clearly.
Yeah, and they don't not have Ben Simmons anymore. So
another great trade, Sean. Milwaukee getting Kyle Kuzma and Jericho Sims, where Washington gets Chris Middleton. We'll get into Washington because I think the Wizards are playing out to be something interesting. This was a 4-team trade. Kyle Kuzma and Jericho Sims to the Milwaukee Bucks. Sean will join us again. It's probably his internet kind of failed out on there, and that's A-okay. Chris Middleton goes to the Washington Wizards. The New York Knicks get DeLon Wright, which I think is a really good addition in terms of the bench. And of course, Patrick Baldwin Jr. goes to San Antonio. Let's get Sean back in here.
Sorry,
Sean, what happened there, my friend?
Sorry, I was looking up the trade and I was on the wrong one. I was on the wrong page and I exited out. Sorry about that.
Okay. I was talking to the folks. I was saying all good things about you while you were gone. So
you are. No, I was.
Kyle Kuzma to the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Middleton to the Washington Wizards. I think that's the big part of this trade. Sean, I love Kyle Kuzma.
I also like Chris Middleton as well. So he's a really good player, and honestly, I do like this trade a lot.
Yeah, it's a really good trade overall. Washington gets a veteran face to maybe build around. I mean, I think Chris has one more year left in him, unless he wants to say, "Sayonara, I'm done."
Yeah, but I think the Bucks got that trade better over. I mean, by getting Kyle Kuzma on there,
you put Kyle Kuzma in there. I mean, I don't know if you saw the graphics, but their lineup is Damian Lillard, Kyle Kuzma, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez. That's the big four that they have now. I think that makes them a challenge. A challenge. I mean, can they beat the Celtics? I don't know.
I don't know yet.
We don't know just yet. But adding Kyle Kuzma gives you a better chance.
Yes, it does.
Because Kyle Kuzma can ball. What would you give a grade on that? Let's just focus on Milwaukee and Washington here.
Honestly, A+ with this
A+,
trade.
yeah.
Yeah, like you said before, it's gonna help the Milwaukee go further, hopefully into the playoffs. I know they're gonna get into the playoffs by this time, but like maybe play against the Celtics in the playoffs. So, and I would love to see that matchup again.
Oh, it'd be a good one, especially with Kuzma on the floor. I mean, you put Kuzma up against Jaylen Brown, and then you put Giannis up against Jason Tatum, and then you got Dame versus Peyton Pritchard.
I was like, who's gonna cover Porzingis?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like you can have Brook on him, but like
Brook,
who's gonna be your other guy? Like, I don't know.
I feel like Milwaukee needs one more player, like one more like bench player.
They still have time. Like the Celtics signing Torrey Craig. I thought Torrey Craig was going to go to Milwaukee. I thought that's where it would be the landing place for him to have him come off the bench to work with Giannis and Brook and Kyle at that point. But it seems like the Celtics snagged him before Milwaukee could get their hands on him, which is good. The other trade here, Sean, as we keep going here, this is why I think they have the push. The trade with the Washington Wizards, the Sacramento Kings get Jonas Valanciunas, and Washington gets City Sissoko. I like City Sissoko. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think adding him as a young player to the Washington Wizards lineup is good, but Sacramento getting their big man in Jonas alongside having Domantas Sabonis, I mean, it's a good pickup. It's a really good.
It really is.
Big men now out there. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? I mean, Sacramento adding another big man, a very recognizable face.
Yeah, I think I want to grade that actually probably a B for that. Just adding another player. Like again, the Kings are going to in a rebuild mode. I think they're going to be a great team in a couple years, and I hope that, especially adding Kyle Kuzma there, not Kyle Kuzma.
Zach LaVine.
LaVine. Sorry, yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, I would agree. I think that's probably a B move. I think in a B move in a good way, not like a B flick. It's a B move for them moving forward.
Not
for
a B movie.
Yeah, not a B movie, right? Like,
sorry.
Talk about a movie. Jeez. Washington getting City Sissoko. I like it. I think it adds to their young core with Bilal Coulibaly and some of the others. You got Chris Middleton. You know, they're just adding these younger pieces to the team in this rebuild mode, which is super smart. Now, Sean, we have moved on to the one that we literally said, what the literal fuck. Also, I just want to put out there, fans are coming after me on social media right now. They are attacking me because of my perspective on Jimmy Butler. Sean, this one threw us both off.
And we were literally talking.
Why would you do this?
We literally were talking about Jimmy Butler on Friday night about this. Depending, is he going to pick up? How long is he going to not play in the NBA again? And then what do we have? He's going to play with Steph Curry and Draymond Green in Golden State.
This can be hot takes, folks. Prepare yourself.
What the fuck is going on?
There you go. There's your hot take. No, it's
just I don't know if Steph can handle Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler together butting heads.
No, because we know they're going to butt heads. We know at some point when you get two strong personalities in there, in that locker room, right? I mean, it's just.
I was trying to put my Heat things. Like, Heat fans, come at me. Heat fans, come at me. Come at me.
I just listen. So Golden State gets Jimmy Butler. Okay, I know the Miami Heat ended up trading a lot of these guys. However, they got Andrew Wiggins, who was loved by Steve Kerr.
And I love Andrew Wiggins.
Steve Kerr, at the end of the game, did not allow the media into the back room because he wanted to talk to the team about Andrew getting traded. he meant a lot. He was a major part of the bench when they won a championship with KD there.
He helped. Also, he was really amazing for the Timberwolves. I wish he didn't leave.
Yes.
I loved him on the Timberwolves.
This dude is proven. Okay. Now, the attacks that we're getting from Miami Heat fans, I said openly, Jimmy Butler brought
Can you read a tweet? Can you read?
I'm gonna have to find him. Here. Jimmy Butler led the Miami Heat to 2 NBA finals, right? They did not win a single one of those finals. Okay. And now all these Miami Heat fans are like
zero.
So here's the thing. Right? Dude knows how to talk mean talk. All right. All the Miami Heat fans are like, what are you talking about? We love Jimmy. We love this. We love that. Did you love him when he was throwing fits to Pat Riley about not playing? So many Heat fans were like, get this dude the fuck out of here.
No, the real Miami.
Suddenly we're like, thank you so much.
The real Miami Heat fans probably would love us for saying this.
Yes, because look at what you got in return. You got Andrew Wiggins. PJ Tucker ends up getting traded down the road. But you bring in Kyle Anderson, who's proven off the bench 3-point shooter. Alongside Bam Adebayo. You see, Sean, I'm getting hated. Alongside Bam Adebayo. Alongside Tyler Hero. You look at the lineup. You are better off and you have a better chance of competing for an NBA title this year without Jimmy Butler and with Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo on your team. You have a better chance. And listen, you can come at me all you want about it. You can say, we love Jimmy Butler. We miss you, Jimmy. We don't know what we're going to do with. You know what? He's Golden State's problem now. He's Draymond Green's problem now.
Oh, he definitely is Draymond Green's problem.
He is Draymond Green's problem.
As Squidward says, thanks for nothing.
And Patrick says, you're welcome. Yeah, that's Jimmy Butler. Listen, Jimmy Butler as a human being has made some choices with his hair in particular.
Yes.
Right? He's the personality. I get it. I respect the personality. I respect the branding. Right? But when you ask for all of these things, if you give a mouse a cookie, they're going to ask for a glass of milk. That's Jimmy Butler.
I'm going to say hot take right now. The Heat got a better deal in this trade than
Thank you, Sean. Let's grade it. Grade this trade right now because I'm afraid of what I'm going to say, and maybe we'll lose some subscribers.
I'm sorry, Golden State's giving a big badass. They failed on this trade for Golden State. I like Golden State. I feel bad for Stephen Curry. He doesn't deserve this.
No, I mean, I can only imagine he must not be happy. Like at the end of the day, like he had Andrew Wiggins.
And also, I know Golden State fans. I've seen people on Twitter. Golden State fans hated this trade more than the Lakers trade that happened.
What's going on in California right now? I mean, it seems like Sacramento is the only team that's doing something decent out there right now.
Maybe I should go find my Sacramento Kings jersey and wear it.
You know, this is
an episode.
This now listen. As much as I just said, I will at least give Golden State a D+ for this. I will at least give them a D+ because maybe somewhere in there, Steve Kerr is able to sit down with Jimmy Butler and say, "Cut the shit." Maybe somewhere in there. I highly doubt it.
Just like
it's not going to.
Are you saying just like how he didn't play Jason Tatum in the Olympics? Is he going to do that to Jimmy Butler?
So I'm sorry. I forgot that's a very sore thing for a lot of Celtics fans. I apologize for bringing that up. I apologize for
that. That's okay.
Miami.
I had to bring it up.
Miami gets a B+ / A-.
You had to bring Steve Kerr up coaching it.
I know.
He's a great coach.
Miami gets a B+ / A- for getting Andrew Wiggins on. I mean, I think
I'm going to say B+ for getting Andrew Wiggins. I think the Heat is going to be a great team. Again.
Let's move on. Let's get some calm heads going. Let's get some deep breaths. A sip of garage beer. Folks, Brandon Ingram is a Toronto Raptor. Sean, you're Toronto Raptors. I'm saying you're Toronto Raptors because you do like the Toronto Raptors.
I do.
You respect them, right? They brought in Brandon Ingram in a trade with New Orleans, and New Orleans got Bruce Brown back. And your boy, Kelly Olynyk, is heading to.
Oh, I missed that trade then. I didn't see that one.
Brandon Ingram is off to Toronto, and New Orleans gets Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk, the Celtics masterclass at center.
Man, I miss Kelly Olynyk.
You wish the Celtics got Kelly Olynyk back?
Sorry, my brain.
Your brain shut down. The minute I said Kelly Olynyk, your Celtics brain was like, the fuck, we're shutting this thing down. We are not continuing this right now.
Oh, sorry. Repeat the question. No, not going to question.
Would you have liked to have seen the Boston Celtics bring back Kelly Olynyk if he was this easy to acquire?
No, honestly, I mean, I think.
Why your brain shut down? Okay, this makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, I liked him back in the day. He's not as good as he used to be. And I think we have Porzingis anyway, so he's a better player.
You got
so
Porzingis.
So it's like it's kind of no.
You wouldn't have traded Luke Cornett for Kelly Olynyk? You wouldn't have done that trade?
I think I like Luke. I mean, I think I've learned in the past I gotta wait to see how these players do, like we did too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Next trade, we have Los Angeles Lakers adding a big man. Now, this kind of changed the tides a little bit. The Lakers got Mark Williams from the Charlotte Hornets, and Charlotte gets Dalton Nett, Cam Reddish, and some picks. Did you see Bronny James on social media when he found that his buddy Dalton Nett was being traded to Charlotte?
I know, I did not see that.
He was posting pictures of him and Dalton balling out together, hanging out together. Bronny James was not happy.
Bronny James,
yeah.
When was that trade today?
That was one that came in today. Correct.
Oh yeah, I didn't see any trades today. I was at work.
Yeah, so Dalton Necht and Cam Reddish, who I respect Cam Reddish a lot, going to Charlotte, but Mark Williams coming over to the Lakers. I mean, proven big man, young, they needed that, right? With Anthony Davis gone, they needed somebody to come in to fill
I think he's gonna be really good there.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, he's exactly what they needed. But welcome to the league, Bronny James. This is how the trade deadline works. You lose your buds. You know, that's what happens. So, I give the Lakers a B for that because it was necessary. It was a necessary trade more than like, oh my god.
I wouldn't say I would close to a B minus. I would say for me, yeah.
I'm trying to look at some of the. Now, this was one. Talk about a switcherooski. This is why, again, I'm getting on Miami fans not to get back into the rant that we went through and everything and impersonating.
That's in the past. We take full responsibility.
Full responsibility for that. Davion Mitchell of the Toronto Raptors going to the Miami Heat for PJ Tucker and second round pick considerations. Miami adding
that is such a good trade.
Remember how much Davion balled with the Sacramento Kings in the playoffs? Davion Mitchell balled out for Sacramento.
He's one of those players that don't get talked enough about how good he is.
No,
and what he's done for the team.
No, I mean he added something to Toronto for the time being, but you're putting Davion Mitchell with Tyler Hero, with Andrew Wiggins, with Bam Adebayo in Miami. The Heat got a shit ton better.
Of course it is.
And they know it.
Heat fans, when I come in and you, This is a much better team without Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, we're praising you. We are praising what your franchise decided to do, and that was to move on. We were criticizing Golden State for their choices. We were reminding you of how bad you had it with Jimmy Butler. In the later years, you made it to the finals. I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit. You made it there. You didn't win anything.
No.
You didn't win anything. So let's remind yourselves of that. Anyway, moving on. This is the one that caught my mind, caught my ears, caught my eyes, caught my nose, caught my something else while I was thinking about it.
I think this is the one I know you're talking about. I think.
Is it the DeAndre Hunter trade?
With Marcus Smart?
No. I haven't even gotten Marcus Smart yet. Oh, I'm saving that one for you, bud. I'm saving that one.
Sorry. Go back to that one. We won't talk about Marcus Smart yet.
DeAndre Hunter going to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Karis LeVert and Georges Niang. Cleveland just got so much better. DeAndre Hunter has been balling out for Atlanta this year. I know he's been hurt at times. I know he hasn't got as much play time as before. But if you look at DeAndre Hunter's stats over the last 90 games, right? I mean, this guy alongside Trae Young, DeAndre was getting the ball from Trae the entire time. You give him one of the best point guards in the league overall in Mitchell, right? In Cleveland, and you put him in there with Mobley. That's
a power team right there.
Cleveland has, and I said this in a tweet, Cleveland versus Celtics, NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Lock it in. Yeah. Cleveland just got so much better with this trade.
Yeah, they did.
They did. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, Atlanta's obviously in rebuild mode. We'll see what happens with Trae Young if Trae Young wants out.
Yeah.
At the end,
it helps them that they're first in the league right now. So,
it's just, does he have the pieces around him? In order to, Trae Young. Is it fair to say that Trae Young is carrying the Atlanta Hawks right now?
No, he is. He's been doing that for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean that can only be catch up. It catches up to you at some point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not gonna get him anywhere. He needs another star player, kind of similar to Jalen and Jason, but we don't know who that will be, or we don't know yet. Unless he goes somewhere else, I don't think he will. I think I like him with the Hawks.
Me too. I think he's a great fit for Atlanta. Well, listen, I'm giving Cleveland an A on this one. They just solidified themselves. I don't care if DeAndre
A+.
Yeah, I don't care if he's healthy or not. The having that option available to you come playoffs is.
I mean, also perfect time to do it right before the trade deadline and the All-Star weekend. So
yeah, exactly. Sean, let's get into your boy Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I saw this trade. This one I saw.
Marcus Smart going to Washington.
Man, I love that for him. I think he's gonna be great in Washington.
You do?
Yeah. He feels I know I miss Marcus Smart.
A lot of Celtics fans have been saying that today. It's true.
I respect him as a player. He always loved Boston, but I think he's gonna be great. I think he's gonna do better what he did with than the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies are a top team in the West, though. I can't imagine he's happy about leaving Memphis, who's going to be in the playoffs, to go to Washington, who's very much in rebuild mode, who's very much not going to be in the playoffs. I imagine there must be some of that there.
Oh, 100%. I know. I know that, but like I think I don't.
You're saying if they are to build around somebody with experience,
It's gonna be
with
Marcus
Chris Middleton and everything else, you're saying that makes sense then.
Also, I don't think Grizzlies is gonna go all the way.
No, but I mean, like, even for Marcus to have a taste of the playoffs again.
Again, yeah, but he wants that championship, not a taste of it. If he's gonna do that, he's gonna go back
But
to
he'd
the
rather
Celtics.
just buy an extra year and see what Washington can do, or he gets traded in the post.
Or Wizards get. Yeah,
That's it. Listen, Memphis got Marvin Bagley III and Johnny Davis. Johnny Davis can ball. Marvin Bagley is a really good centerman. When he comes into play. So I think Memphis actually got better with this. I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, they got rid of Marcus Smart, but they got a big man and they got a Johnny Davis who can definitely post it up from the inside of the paint and can pass the ball around. So
I think yeah, I was gonna agree with you, but also I think the Wizards did a better trade in like overall, like for the future.
That's a fair point.
If this is their intent, unless like you said, or unless Marcus leaves again, being traded after this season, after the postseason.
What would you give Washington for a score? What would you give Memphis for a score?
Memphis probably not thinking about future stuff, but thinking about like right now, probably a B, solid B, I think, and then I think the Wizards got a C plus. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wizards C plus, because if Marcus Smart stays on with Chris Middleton, I think that they can probably do something heading into next season if they want to stay and they want to rebuild and work with Koulibaly.
Unless the Wizards do another big trade, we know the Steph Curry goes.
Right. And not for nothing, Kevin Durant is from the greater Washington, D.C. area. We saw what happened this afternoon, not to get off topic, but we saw what Shams Charania and the ESPN team was talking about on the trade deadline special. I don't know if you caught it, Sean.
No, I didn't.
But there was a comment that said during warmups last night for the Phoenix Suns, there was a lot of tension. The team seems torn apart. Kevin Durant is clearly not happy with what's going on in Phoenix.
Of course he's
and
not.
There was, of course, the rumors that were circulating today saying maybe Kevin Durant gets traded. Maybe Kevin Durant goes back to Golden State. He said he didn't want to go back to Golden State.
Maybe he goes play with Marcus Smart and the Wizards.
That's what I'm thinking in the offseason now, is that if you are going to do something,
I could see him in a Wizard uniform.
Go home, right? Dude, yeah. LeBron did it.
Yeah.
LeBron did it. He went to Cleveland. He won another championship with the Cavs. If Kevin Durant to make a full circle on his career, right? Won multiple championships with Golden State, didn't work out in Brooklyn, didn't work out in Phoenix, right? Did amazing stuff with the OKC Thunder. If he goes home to the Washington Wizards and gets a championship, he can retire and say, guess what? I did it all. I've solidified. He's already a Hall of Famer, but I've solidified myself. And he can also say something that kind of LeBron can't, which is, I went to all these places. I won my championship in my hometown, right? And I did what I was supposed to do. And I did it without being the face of the NBA. I did it without being like, you know what I mean? Like, he did it without having all of the attention on him all the time.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. And I think that puts you in the category of a lot of these other players across the years historically that have been able to do that. I mean, look at Scottie Pippen. You look at some of these other players who won multiple championships over the years, but were never the big face because of Michael Jordan.
Or LeBron James now.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like now Kevin Durant can be that player that everybody looks back and says, wow, in the age of LeBron James, he was also able to do this.
Yes.
Listen, I would love LeBron to take the tractor another round here next season and Kevin Durant go to Washington. I know the Celtics, we love seeing the Celtics in the finals, right?
Mhm.
But it would be so cool to see a Lakers Wizards finals, Kevin Durant versus LeBron James.
It would be.
That would be fun. That would be a
But
fun.
I want that Lakers Celtics finals.
I know. Well, you might get it this year. You might get it this year.
Yeah, like I've seen people talk about like, yeah.
You get Jimmy Butler in the finals now, right? Is that what we're saying?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen. You're like, yeah, we're gonna pass on that one. Marcus Smart to Washington. I think that'll end up playing out pretty well. John, the last trade of the day of the notable deals. This is just to wrap up our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it's worth putting out there, but we're going to do it. The Indiana Pacers traded James Wiseman in cash considerations for nothing. They made room in their cap space by trading James Wiseman and giving Toronto money. That was the last trade of the day. So I think that's hilarious.
That's
because you traded a player, gave the
team. My
like,
brain just trying to process this.
Take this guy. Just take this guy. Like we don't want him on our roster anymore. That's how that reads to me. Because if you look at it, Sean, I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to show everybody here. This says for the trade, James Wiseman and cash considerations for NA.
Oh yeah, I know that player. NA.
Yo, the NA. Yeah, that's Bol. They got Bol. Don't know. Maybe they did. They didn't even want anybody.
That's hilarious. That's like,
is that to free space to get a free agent off the market, or is that just because hey, we want to make some cap room, so let's just get rid of this guy and maybe a little bit of cash?
They probably want to get like a free agent or something.
Because I mean, Indiana is going to be competing for a last slot here.
Maybe in the next few days we'll see something with the Pacers again.
I mean, Tyrese Halliburton needs some help. They get Miles. They didn't trade away Miles. Remember last year with Miles Turner? All the talk about Miles Turner. Miles Turner's going to go. He's gone. He's out of here. He stayed with Indiana. Again, this year, we don't know about Miles Turner. Where's Miles Turner going to go? Stays with Indiana.
Yeah. Is that going to happen next year again?
I don't know. But obviously, James Wiseman's not going to be part of the team, and so is the cash. The cash is now in Toronto, which, by the way, I don't know how the U.S. dollar is doing compared to the Canadian dollar, but I would imagine that the transfer of funds was not too hard. They probably did it through Zelle or whatever, you know. Well, imagine the NBA trade going through Zelle.
Let me check the U.S. dollar to the.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. All these cash considerations that Toronto picked up. What is the US dollar?
Right now?
Math, folks.
So February 7th, it's $1.43 to $1 United States dollar.
Okay. So the American dollar is doing pretty well over there.
Yeah.
You get 43 cents more. So congratulations, Toronto. You just made $1.43 more on the James Wiseman trade. No, I'm not saying that. I don't know how much
times that by
multiply that by currency exchange.
Calculator.
Yeah, exactly.
Taxes
that are involved in that. That's correct. Well, they have universal health care, so maybe it works out. Maybe it works out for James at the end of the day. Don't know, but I think it's hilarious that was the final trade of the day that we mark was, guess what? Indiana, you don't want anything? That's fine. We'll take James. We'll take your money for $1.49 extra or whatever. We'll do it. We're fine with that. We will go. We will buy ourselves more maple syrup.
I'm surprised no news from the Nets at all.
So the Brooklyn Nets, I think, are in a very interesting place where we don't know what the hell we're doing. I like our team. I do. D'Angelo Russell's balling out right now.
I keep seeing rumors that Ben Simmons is working with a buyout.
Ben's got to go. He's not doing anything for us. He's got to go.
If I were I would trade him, honestly.
I don't know why we didn't. We had a chance here with how the market was. Listen, Miami, I'm going to give you Miami Heat fan. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on something. Okay. If Jimmy Butler was an option for us to get rid of Ben Simmons, I'm going to be honest with you. I would have taken it. Because the drama is the freaking same. Ben Simmons and the amount of drama, everything that he brings to Brooklyn right now, not being able to play. He bent a nail, so he's on the bench tonight.
Well, Jimmy's benefit of my view is again. Jimmy Butler is a better basketball player than Ben Simmons.
Yes, 100%. That's why I'm saying that. So Miami fans, yeah. You know what? If Jimmy Butler was available, I would have taken Jimmy Butler. Absolutely.
However, we're sorry, Miami.
Miami fans, I'm sorry if I made you mad today. Okay? Really upset about that. I'm upset that you're upset. But at the end of the day, Golden State lost out on this one. Jimmy Butler's down.
Hey, at least you're not a Golden State fan right now, Miami fans. I feel bad.
And you got Davion Mitchell. You're doing fine.
Yes.
You're doing great. Sean, trade deadline madness has come to a close here in 2020. Amazing. What would you grade this trade deadline?
We're not even done.
No, I know. There's still stuff coming through with free agents, whatever. But in terms of the big names that came through this year, what would you grade this?
This has been the past 5-6 years of trades. This is the most wildest trade deadline I've seen 100%. In a span of 5 days. How am I ranking this? Am I ranking this a grading, or am I rating this?
Give me an F through an A+. Where would you grade?
An A, just because it's so crazy. Not A+ because I'm gonna say just because of some of these trades were not good, but the overall trade deadline stuff, it's just crazy. And I know we talked about this before. I'm gonna mention it, of how I think the reason why all these big trades are happening is because of the NBA viewerships. We talked about this before. We talked about literally the first episode of this podcast.
Yep. Yeah. Because they needed something, right? Also, this trade deadline came around the same time as Super Bowl week, right?
Yeah.
And the NBA knew that in order to gain attention while folks are on social media preparing for the Super Bowl,
and they want to also. I'm just sorry to say, they were trying to up the WNBA trade deadline.
That's very true. I mean, we also saw some WNBA moves happen today as well. We'll get into that next. Yeah, we can get into that quickly, of course, and then also MLB quickly, because our next episode is very much going to be very heavy WNBA, heavy MLB as we move into the spring training. But WNBA was also mixed in there, Sean, on very many things. People are leaving the
shocking news: UConn women's basketball team lost today. Yeah.
Who they lose to?
Tennessee.
Okay, Lady Balls. Okay, that's
they lost by 4. So.
Oh wow! How good did Paige do?
Hold on. Let me look at the box score.
I mean, that's what matters at the end of the day, folks. Is how did Paige do?
Well, I know AZ went on a run earlier that game because I saw a little bit.
Right.
What is the game? Well, I need to go look for the box score. Hold on. Talk about the trades for a second while I look this up.
Yeah. So in terms of the WNBA trades?
Yeah. Why I look this up really quickly.
Yeah, so taking a look, I didn't have that ready to go. That's weird. Here we go.
There we go.
So in terms of what we saw play out here, we had a couple of ones that Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabali.
Okay, hold on. I got the box score. Oh God, really, Paige? Really? 5 for 16?
Wow. Paige had a rough
For and 2 for 6 at 3-point. She did not play. She did not play good today. So did Easy. Sarah Strong did pretty well. She did get 8-13. I'm trying to see. How did who dominated Tennessee? No, it was pretty much a lot of people did. So yeah, I mean it was a close game, but you can't win them all.
You absolutely cannot. So Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabali, that they made that exchange. They both joined Phoenix alongside Dallas's Kalani Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big move. Dallas made a lot of moves.
Oh yeah. Also, DeWanna Boner left the Suns, which is
yes.
I'm kind of sad about that. Well, I don't know what's going on with the Suns now.
Well, yeah, like he also lost DeJounte.
She's going to the I'm gonna say the Pacers of the NBA. She's going to the Fever to play with Caitlin.
I mean, Courtney Vandersloot also left.
Yeah, I saw
signed
that
with
too.
the Chicago Sky.
Like I've seen people, the Suns fans will like. I saw really sad TikTok I saw like everyone was like, all the teams were happy, and then the Suns were like, oh God, what are we doing? What happened to the Suns?
DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard of Dallas both going to Indiana alongside Kelsey Mitchell recently.
I know who. Also
Indiana's on a run. Fever ain't no joke.
Who's I'm trying to think what's his name. I know. Dijon Carrington and her girlfriend's playing together.
Yes, correct.
Is that? Yeah.
They're playing for in Dallas.
I can't remember her name.
Is that not Ty Harris? Melissa Smith.
Melissa Smith. Thank you. Yeah, I was just
Melissa Smith. Yep, they're going to play together in Dallas. I mean, Dallas is loading up and getting ready to get Paige. I mean, that's just what it seems like right now.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to be my Wings fan in a couple months. So,
I mean, Wings versus Fever, right? Like if you're looking at, I mean, the Las Vegas Aces are always going to be up there, right? But they've also made some moves.
Well, now the Sparks now
the LA Sparks have.
And yeah, I honestly don't know who's going to make it because there's so many potential teams now.
We just know the Connecticut Sun is not even close.
Oh, now not. Yeah,
it's really a bummer. I mean, losing Courtney Vandersloot for the New York Liberty. There's actually competition against the New York Liberty now, which is crazy to think. You know, the Indiana Fever are going to challenge for that. So. Very interesting in the WNBA.
I guess the Portland Thorns WNBA owner to build $150 million practice facility.
Yeah, they're gonna share it with the Trailblazers.
I didn't. Yeah,
it's beautiful out there. Yeah, I mean that's. I love that name for that team too, the Portland Thorns.
That's football, right? No, yeah, soccer team.
Soccer team, yeah, is the Portland Timbers.
No, there's Portland Thorns FC, which is
the
women's soccer team. I know. I think Kristen Preston was on that team.
Yes, correct. Yes, sorry, I was getting my sports confused. There's so many teams out in Portland, Oregon right now. It's crazy. I was thinking also the Portland Pickles as well, the minor league baseball team. The Portland Pickles. I love that. I love that name. It's they do pickle shots. for folks, which is great. Yeah, a lot going on in the WNBA. Sean, quickly as we move beyond our 1 hour mark here.
Oh wait, she did not. Sorry, she did not play with him. Just kidding. I was
Okay.
thinking of someone else.
That's a-okay. That is a-okay. I just want to give a big shout out to Uncle Steve and the New York Mets front office on bringing Pete.
Oh yeah, this is huge. Huge for you.
Love Pete being added to this lineup. Listen,
so going to the World Series.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
This team
the most confident I have felt as a New York Mets fan going into this season about our team. You're going to have Juan Soto batting third and then Alonso fourth, most likely.
Yeah.
And Francisco Lindor up before Juan Soto.
That's such an insane lineup.
2, 3, 4, and then Brandon Nimmo at 5.
Adding them, like those two players that you didn't have, and now you have them. You already made it. You already made it to the playoffs. You might as well make it a World Series against LA.
It's the pitching. I know we added Clay Holmes. I know we got Kodai Senga. We have, a lot of the guys coming back from last year. But I will say it's whether the rotation can handle itself for 6 innings and our bullpen. The Achilles heel for us the entire postseason was the bullpen and holding a lead. I mean, there was a reason why we had comebacks every single time because the bullpen couldn't hold a lead. We've got to be able to change that. I feel real good, Sean, about our chances against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
We got breaking sports news.
Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of an LA team, the Angels just signed Yohan Moncada for a 1-year deal.
Wow, they got Juan Moncada.
Yeah.
Catcher?
Yeah.
The catcher, Juan Moncada.
Yeah. It's gonna be great for
Wow. So you got Juan Moncada.
Sorry, he's third baseman.
Third baseman, sorry. I think he's played catcher too at times.
He probably did, but he's
the White Sox, yeah. Okay. So you got him out there with Mike Trout and who else did they add? They added a couple of other people in the postseason as well.
I'm looking at ESPN right now. I'm just
Juan
saying
Moncada on that team was pretty good. I'll have to take a look and see what that just recently came through.
It was literally an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
8:17.
Wow.
BC declined a $25 million option for the White Sox, sending free agency. Then, of course, so it's like, okay, I guess.
Yep.
Angels got him.
Wow. Okay.
Hopefully, they'll be okay with the Angels, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a huge. It's not a huge trade. It's not even traded, but it's because he signed with it.
Right. But I mean, it's still a positive mood. We talk about Mike Trout all the time.
Yeah.
We're like, what is Mike Trout doing in on the Angels? And it's like they can't really get shit together in order to make themselves contenders in the AL West.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they are contenders in the AL West. However, we have seen crazier things happen.
Yeah.
That is a division that's kind of like, I don't, it teeters. It teeters at times. So, yes.
Also, what do you think before I end this? What do you think of the Pirates getting Tommy Pham?
Listen, I tweeted out, Sean. I wish I could pull up the tweet right now, and I said, "Are we talking playoff Pittsburgh? Are we talking with Tommy Pham added to this lineup and Andrew McCutchen and Paul Skeens?" And
I said maybe.
It really depends upon Milwaukee.
Yeah.
When the Brewers return the magic from last year.
It's crazy. It's crazy that Tommy played for 3 teams last year.
He's played for a total of 10 teams or something over the last.
Yeah. Okay, ready? No, 10 teams. He started in the Cardinals for 4 years, went to Tampa, and then played with the Padres. And then in the span of 3 years, he played with the Reds, the Sox, he played for 1 year.
Yep.
The Mets.
I remember Tom
The
Family.
Diamondbacks. And last year he played with the White Sox, Cardinals, and Royals.
So he danced around.
Now he's playing with the Pirates.
Dude can't land on a World Series contender.
Is he trying to get traded into every team to play?
There was another player that did that. I can't remember who it was. There was another player that was.
I feel like he's a utility player, Tommy.
He is. He absolutely is a utility guy. And you know what? He's not a bad utility guy.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be good for like pinch hitting or pinch running. Like get him in late in the game.
Yep. He's who's also like that? John Birdie played for the Miami Marlins. John Birdie has also been like that over the years. You know who is also like that? One that you will appreciate.
Daniel Nava.
What's that?
Daniel Nava.
Daniel Nava. Yep, absolutely. Orlando Cabrera.
Oh yeah, him too.
He's very much a utility guy. Very much. Dave Roberts, manager, World Series manager for the Los Angeles Dodgers. His time with the Red Sox. Every team he played for before that. Utility.
Another Red Sox. Coco Crisp.
Right? Started his career. He was on the Cleveland Guardians. Formerly known as
went to
Oakland?
Yes. Was that before or after?
It was after. I think after he went to Oakland.
But the Sox or before the Sox? Hold on, let me check.
I believe he was in Oakland before the Sox. I believe.
No.
After?
No. It was after the Royals, actually. They played with the Indians, went to the Sox.
Whoa. The team formerly known.
Sorry, I'm reading the Wikipedia page, and it says Indians. That's where I read it.
Oh, but wow, you said it again.
Cardigans.
The Cardigans?
The Taylor Swift Cardigans?
The Cleveland Cardigans.
That'd be great. That'd be a great name for a team. The Cardigans. But anyways, he Guardians went to the Sox, went to the Royals 1 year, went to A's for 5 years, and then he went back to the Guardians. So he's kind of doing like it. I mean, like what he did, what Andrew McCutcheon is doing right now. Andrew McCutcheon is what he's doing right now.
Yes, correct. Yep, Andrew McCutcheon returns to Pittsburgh. He's going to retire Pirate. They're going to retire.
I'm going to try to watch the opening day, and hopefully, if he announces retirement, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, I mean, dude has played ball safe his entire career. He's been a great face for baseball, and
he really has been, especially a great face in Pittsburgh.
Yes, for Pittsburgh sports alone, that is very true. And now he's got Paul Skeens there. You got now Tommy Pham.
Yeah, now Tommy Pham.
Brian Reynolds. I don't know the roster that well. Adam Frazier. Over at third base.
Adam Frazier.
I mean, listen, I would love to see the Pittsburgh Pirates be successful as much as you. I would. Got a beautiful ballpark. We keep commenting on it. Beautiful ballpark right there on the Allegheny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They just need to launch more baseballs into the Allegheny.
Don't forget Mike Burrows. He's a good.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Mike Burrows.
Oh, yeah, Mike Burrows. Okay.
He's such a great pitcher.
He's a really great pitcher, and you put him in
for the first year. I think he's going to do really good this year.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's got a chance.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Hopefully.
Hey, you're Milwaukee Brewers, though.
Mm-hmm. Actually, before we end this off,
go ahead. Yeah.
I got to show you something. I just remembered because we're talking about baseball.
Yeah.
So, this is old pictures of me.
Oh.
And I literally found.
We're going back in time, folks.
Of me going to the Oakland A's game.
Ooh. That's Oakland Coliseum.
Well, hold on. There.
What the hell happened?
This book is so big. Oh, God.
Show us the picture. Oh, that's incredible.
Hold on. There's me
Oh,
on our.
the Oakland Athletic.
There's me with on the way right. My sister. I don't remember who that is on the left, but there's.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Like it's
For everything.
since we went to the baseball game, me, Kelsey,
Memories are dangerous, folks. Memories are dangerous.
X Kank. See,
Oh, whoa! What's going on in the Michaud family? Jeez.
I don't know, but let's end this off. It's been a while, right?
Hey, look at this picture of me. Everything just falls over.
This is the time where we end it.
Oh, folks, this has been.
This is not my night.
No,
me logging out on accident, and then me.
You know what? You know what, buddy? You're having a better night than Steph Curry because Steph Curry's got to deal with Jimmy Butler now. Let's remind those folks out there. You're having a much better night than most Golden State Warriors fans. Right now.
I'm actually having a good night. That was hilarious.
That was so good. But folks, there is the evidence. The evidence is clear.
That I went to an Oakland A's game.
Go to an Oakland Athletics game. You went to the Coliseum while it was still a stadium.
Yeah. And I still think it's one of the worst designed baseball stadiums of all time.
I mean, they had to play football there. They played baseball there. They played soccer there. They played rugby there a couple times.
And now it's going to be a parking lot now, right?
You know what they say? You build paradise.
You get parking lots.
You build up a parking lot. That's right.
Yeah, you got to get the. No, I'm not going to say that one.
Oh, and on that note, folks, we have reached the end of this trade deadline madness of 2025.
We'll probably get more.
We will get more over the next couple hours, probably. I bet Shams isn't done just yet. We got free agents. We got other things that are coming through.
I guarantee you're gonna text me like an hour, and Sam's gonna tweet something.
Shams has got something else out. Well, folks, it's that time of the show here at Paint the Chat Sports Podcast. It's a little thing we like to call
Plug time.
Plug time here. Sean Michaud, where can the good people find you on social media?
On Twitter, Sean Michaud, on Instagram at It's Zone Z, and maybe Facebook.
Maybe Facebook. Possibly.
If I know you.
Folks, if you're watching here live on X, thank you so much. Make sure to retweet, share out with your friends. Also, if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, put on those notifications for everything happening in the sports news world around baseball, basketball, whatever it might be. We've got it for you here on Painting the Chat podcast.
You kidding?
You guys can follow me over on social media at X_Robin W Vote, over on Instagram at IG_Robin W Vote. And of course, make sure to follow this podcast here, Painting the Chat podcast, over at Paint the Chat Pod on X here, and over on Instagram at Paint the Chat Pod. Also, make sure to follow Blockade Media.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing.
That we are under. We have a brand new, semi-new episode. We did our Grammys preview. We will do our Grammys post reactions to everything.
Plus, I guess Oscars preview. Maybe.
We'll also get a Brick City Blockade podcast episode in there as well around everything happening, TV streaming.
And we might do a special event in a couple weeks.
Oh, yes, indeed. Keep your eye out for that. Well, sports fans, until next time here, it's Mr. Sean Michaud. I'm Robin Vogt. We will see you on the next episode of Painting the Chat Sports Podcast. Have a fantastic evening. And hey, Philadelphia, I'll see you soon.
Miami won't see you soon after those comments.
That's a very good point. Miami's got me on their hit list now. That is for sure. Yeah. We'll see you all soon. Check us out in the
Bye.
next episode. Bye-bye.
Just hands.
Just hands.